Hello then guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope this finds you all well. Today's episode starts off with a massive thank you to you all. Today on the channel we reached 200 subscribers, a target I've been chasing for a little bit of time now. Obviously with the break I potentially didn't get there as quick as I expected, but it feels awesome to have got there at the beginning of the FM21 cycle, in the beta part of the cycle as well. So thank you to each and every one of you for your support. Of course, if you are new and watching this video and you're not yet subscribed, then please do hit that subscribe button down below, and if you do enjoy today's video then please do leave a big like down below for me as well. Today's video sees us continue to try and build on the form that we have started this season with. It's been quite unbelievable. We look like we're going to be in a title race. Can we do it? I don't know. Let's find out, shall we? Hello and welcome to episode 4 of my FM21 beta save with Valencia. I'm Ben, and coming up on today's episode we have 2 La Liga games for you against Real Haspias and Real Sociedad. Now, since the last episode, form has been pretty good. 3 wins, no goals conceded, a total of 8 goals scored, albeit not the greatest of opponents in Huesca, Cadiz and Eibar. But it means that we have gone 5 games winning run. All 8 games, or 9 games I think it might well be now rather, that we've played in La Liga have ended with either a win or a draw. We are unbeaten. We're second in the league, 1 point behind Barcelona, 3 ahead of Real Madrid, who have already played their 10th game of the season. So we're looking good in the league. Today's opponents sit down in 9th. And if we can grab another win, then we will continue our title challenge with Barcelona, it seems, at this stage, who, despite losing to us, have won all 8 of their other games. But we've just got to focus on what we can do, and hopefully we can continue with the fantastic run of form that we have been on. And the team we're looking to do it with is this one. We've got Silicin in goal, a back four, Gaya, Mangala, Gabriel, Paulista and Vas. Lechic and Soler in the middle, with Vinicius Jr. on the left, Guedes on the right, and Maxi Gomez is partnered by Kevin Gamero up front. A little surprise for you all, Jack Wilshere is injured. So, I mean, who would have thought it? He's never injured, is he, really, Jack Wilshere? So we are having a little bit of an injury crisis, and Jack Wilshere is one who is on the injury list, and it means that only 11 subs will take to the subs bench today, as opposed to the 12 are allowed. But it's not a problem. We've been playing well enough with this main 11 that we've got on the pitch today for us to be able to grab all 3 points from this match. We've only conceded 1 goal this season so far, which seems pretty remarkable. The tactic seems to be working, and hopefully it will continue to work for us today. Barcelona up against Celta Vigo then today. They're obviously contenders for the title. It's going to be a fascinating contest. We're about to find out if we've got a plan for him, and obviously Nabil Fekir is their main player, and a man that we are going to have to keep very close eyes on if we're going to come away from this game with a victory. But here we go, one name on the Real Haspias team sheet that those of you that have been with us for a little while will know. Juan Miranda of Roma fame from the Roma Revolution. He's in at left back for them. We know how good he is, but hopefully we can nullify his threat today. But there is an early corner, and it's Fekir with the ball in, and it's towards the back post, and Silicin makes a fantastic save from, I think it was William Carvalho at the back post, and it looks like we're going to break straight away, but it's them coming again. Juanmi on the right, he finds Fekir. Gaia is there in close attendance, but it's back to Fekir. It's a great ball through to him, and it's 1-0 Real Haspias in the 5th minute, and that is only our 2nd goal that we've conceded of the season. And it's come at an awful time. It's really well built from them. Fekir, it's easily cruised past Gaia here. Mandy with the ball through. Fekir on the end of it. It is a fantastic goal. Silicin perhaps an error for being his positioning there. He's not quite where he should be, and it's an early scare. And are we about to witness our first defeat of the season against a team who, as I say, aren't having a bad season. They've got a pretty good team as well. But it's a really, really early scare for us. And it means that we would potentially be losing some ground on Barcelona at the top of the league. But there is a lot of time to go. And I am going to start with a bit of a demand more, because it's not the start that we were looking for. And it looks like Real Haspillas may have our number. An unlikely, well, unlike us, more possession for them, more shots. Usually it's the complete and utter other way round. But the boys are looking like they're not turning up for this one at all. And we could be looking at our first defeat. I mean, I suppose it's expected. We've had an unbelievable start to the season. I would not have expected to go 9 games unbeaten with Valencia. But I would have hoped that maybe our first defeat would have come in the last episode against either Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. But we've got a chance potentially here through Soler. That's a great ball to Maxi Gomez. Who has he got with him? He's had to go all the way back to Gaia. But he finds his Vas on the other side, who nods it into Guedes. And Guedes, with his 7th goal of the season, slots it home. And it is Real Haspillas 1, Valencia 1. We've not really been in the game for the first half an hour. But what a little move this is. Gaia with a fantastic ball out to Vas, who just nods it into Guedes' path. And of course he's going to score. He always scores. Does Gonçalo Guedes. 7 goals already from the wing. And is that one that might just settle the nerves? It looks like Barcelona. Of course Barcelona are winning. The only team that can beat them so far this season seems to be ourselves. And can we take that goal and surge on, I suppose is the way to put it, to better and greater things in this game and grab the victory that for the first half an hour or so really, really looked unlikely. But looking at the stats now, certainly the possession, it looks like we're starting to come back into it. And there is a corner for us. Gaia towards the back post. It's well cleared by them. And Loren is simply on a surge towards our penalty box. Is someone going to be able to get across to him? If anyone can, it's Gabriel Paulista. Soler is there instead, actually. I thought it was Paulista tracking back. It's Demandi on the edge of there. William Carvalho, Juanmi. It's hit the post and goes wide. Another scare. Hispanas really seem to have a way of breaking down the defence that has been so solid for the early part of the season, but not as solid today. And we might just have to get a little bit assertive at half time and drum into the boys a little bit, because it's not been our greatest 45 minutes. But the bonus is we don't go in behind. It is Valencia 1, Real Haspillas 1. And this is an unusual stat. Usually we are way ahead of the other team on expected goals. And for that reason, we're going to thrash our arms a little bit. Oh, no, we're not. We'll point the finger. Point the finger. We're not happy with the performance out there. It's motivated the boys. Can we have something different in the second half? And there is an immediate highlight with Mangala at the back. He's just hoofed it forward. And Kevin Gamero has gone on the end of it. He's in. It's just wide. What a start to the second half. It's a bit Route 1. It's not usually the way we play. But Mangala has just hoofed the ball over the top of the Real Haspillas defence. Gamero gets on the end of it. And he comes so close to giving us our first or second goal rather in the game, and it would have put us ahead if he could have buried it. But it looks like we're doing okay in this second half. However, a change is in order. Kevin Gamero has picked up a knock, so he can come off for Boré. But also at the same time, Vinicius Jr. is having an absolutely shocking game, so he can come off as well. And we will replace him with Jason, and we'll switch Jason and Guedes over to a bit more of a natural position for those two. And hopefully that can make the difference for the remainder of this game. 35 minutes to play. There's still all to play for. And there is potentially a chance for Haspillas as Mandy finds Joaquin, who finds William Carvalho, who's been key for them. Loren out to Juan Miranda. We know what sort of crosses he can put in. And there is one of them, and it's well blocked. Juanmi is there. And we are looking defeat straight in the face. Juanmi has scored again for Real Haspillas. We really can't cope with them today. This is a really well worked move. Miranda gets it on the left, and as I say, we know what he can do. He's whipped it across the front of goal. It's unlucky with the clearance, but Juan Mi is there to gather. And this is really, really unlike the team. We'd only conceded 1 goal before today. We've conceded 2 in the game. If we can sneak a draw, that might be the best result for us. But at the moment, it's really, really looking unlikely. We just haven't turned up to the races at all. Paulista is in for Diakabi. I can't imagine that that's the difference, but it might well be. He's not having the best game. And with 25 or so minutes left in the game, it looks like we're going to struggle to grind out a result at all in this one. We're going to try and fire the boys up. We need to be much better than this. But there is another chance for them. Mandy with the ball in. We have managed to win the header, but Rodriguez is first to it for them. And he's found that man again, Juan Miranda, who finds Juan Mi. But Rachic has stepped in. And is this a chance for us to break through Maxi Gomez? He's got Guedes ahead of him. He finds Guedes. Can Guedes score? Of course Guedes scores! It's 2-2. It's another goal for Gonçalo Guedes. It's a firing counter-attack from Valencia. Borja picks it up and lays it off to Maxi Gomez. And what a ball this is into the path of Gonçalo Guedes. He's one-on-one with the keeper. I mean, he's scored 7 times this season already. He's not going to miss that opportunity for an 8th. And with 20 minutes left on the clock, we've still a chance to win this game. But we now potentially have a point in the bag if we can just sort out the defending, which seems remarkable because the defence has been so solid for the opening 9 games of the season. It's not quite been as solid today, but there is still a chance with 10 or so minutes to go that we could just grab a victory from this one, which would be so unlikely. And it's got to be potentially coming here as Borja is on the end of this one. He's one-on-one with the keeper as well, but he's found Maxi Gomez, who heads it down to Jason. What can Jason do with it? He tries to beat his man. Maxi Gomez back to Guedes for the hat-trick. Why is he not shot himself? Gaia puts the ball. Fasted in. What? Oh, it's in the post. Fasted. Oh, it's offside. It's all going mad in the area. I mean, that should, I think, have been a goal. I was pausing at the beginning of highlight just to make another change with 7 or so minutes now to go. That looked destined to be a goal, didn't it? Is that going to come back and bite us later on in the game? Soler struggling for a bit of fitness in the middle. Yunus Musa can come on for him. He's back from his injury. Obviously, he started the season really, really well. The young 17-year-old. 6 minutes. Can we do it? What am I going to say? Fire them up, maybe? Let's fire them up. 5 or so minutes left if you include the added time that we're going to have. Hopefully, we can at least hold on to the point. But if we can grab the victory here, I mean, it would be an absolutely fantastic result if we did. I think a draw is fair in the end. Hispias have definitely been one of the better teams we played, unbelievably, seeing we've played Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. They've definitely had the most shots. They've given us the biggest challenge. Maybe we're starting to get found out in this league. But it looks like we are at least going to be able to get out of there with a draw. It's 10 games unbeaten for the Valencia boys. It's not the win we were looking for, but it is a draw at least. And hopefully we can improve on that with a win against Real Sociedad. And I'll see you for that one in a second. Here we go then, it's time for our game against 5th place Real Sociedad. We got away with the draw in the last game. Barcelona also drawing, so we're still only 1 point behind them, but we need a much better performance from the boys today. Only a couple of changes. Diakabi is back in the centre of defence. Hopefully that will shore things up a little bit. Borja is back up front instead of Kevin Gamero, and Jason on the right hand side. Guedes switching to the left, and Vinicius Jr. dropping to the bench after his somewhat awful performance in that first 50 minutes or so against Real Hispias. But hopefully we can come away from this game. A team that obviously have some really, really big names. A really solid team as well. Orazabal, Januzaj, David Silva, Mikel Moreno, Illaramendi, Nacho Monreal. I mean, it's a team with a lot of names. But hopefully we can come out on top and go back to winning ways. We're going to say that the media have given us a lot of credit lately, so go out there and put on a worthy display. As always, we're going to give the boys the faith that they deserve, and let's go and see what they've got to say in the tunnel today. We're looking forward to it. Hopefully we can dent their ambitions. Diakabi being back is massive for us. Racic is playing well in the midfield, and Diakabi, well, he's going to be out there all game based on Gabriel's performance in the last game. But here we go. A big game, potentially one of the biggest games we've had in a little while after that Atletico Madrid and Barcelona games we saw in the last episode. If we can win today, it will probably show that we really are in a title battle, and we're looking like we might get the first chance of the game with Maxi Gomez soaring towards the penalty area. He's got Bonner up with him, he can't quite find him, and Januzaj now has the chance to clear, but he can only do so as far as Soler. Borra scores, he does score. I thought he was miles offside. I mean, it's not being disallowed, and we are 1-0 up in the 5th minute. That's a better start than the last game. Januzaj has a chance to clear, and if we're being honest, it's woeful. He puts it straight to Soler, who finds Borra in, I mean, he looks blatantly offside, but in an onside position, and he slots home for his 2nd goal of the season. It might well have been Januzaj playing him on, running out after the awful clearance. And the first shot ends in a goal. And as things stand, according to the dugout, we're top. So things are looking up, ladies and gentlemen. It's really good start. What we needed potentially after that poor performance. But we've got another chance potentially here. Soler on the left rather. He finds Gaya, who finds Racic in the middle. Back to Jose Gaya, who's played so well. He's been brought down in the area. It didn't look like a foul. The ref's going over to the little telly. I'm not sure how this one is going to finish. It looks like it might be a bit harsh, but from my experience so far in the beta, these are often given. But the problem is, when they're given, we've not got anyone who can score them. We've got a woeful penalty record in these first 10 or so games. What's the ref going to say? He's going to say it's a penalty, and we've got a chance in the 12th minute to go 2-0 up. Maxi Gomez steps up to take it. Will he score? I'm not confident he will. He has though, and it is 2-0. Slotted into the top corner of the left-hand side of the net. His 6th goal of the season. I think it's only Guedes ahead of him in the goal-scoring charts in the Valencia team anyway. And that is a nerve settler in the first 15 minutes after the awful performance against Espanol that only saw us draw 2-2. We're now 2-0 up in 12 minutes in this game. 2 shots, 2 on target. Is a pretty potent record in this game so far. And well done to Maxi Gomez. He's had a couple of cracks at penalties. He's scored one. He's missed one really badly as well. But he buried that one to the top corner. And now Granada have just gone 1-0 up. I mean, this is ridiculous. If we do go top of the league at the end of this episode, it's not something I was expecting, but it is certainly currently on the cards with regards to how Barcelona are doing in their game. And what a result it would be as well if we could go top of the league after 11 games, and in 11 games that we will be unbeaten in if we do win today. I mean, apparently Granada are now 2-0 up against Barcelona. And this is a real chance for us to go top. I mean, we've only had those 2 shots. It looks like we're defending quite well and just keeping the ball, because Real Sociedad haven't had any shots at all at the moment. The midfield, they're obviously doing very well. Racic and Soler in there, keeping the likes of Silva, Molino and Ilamendi quiet is nothing to be shrugged at. And an uneventful first half after the 12th minute or so by the looks of it. We are approaching half time. And it looks like we have had a pretty solid first half. And there might be one more chance before the half is up. Soler with the ball in the middle of the park. And it looks like he's just going to run and run and run. But has he got options with him? Moreno puts in a great tackle. And this means there is a chance for Sociedad to break. But Diakabi is in there to stop that. But it's only fallen as far as David Silva. And Isak now is on his way. Alazabal on the left-hand side. It's back to Nacho Monreal, who hoofs it back to Ilamendi, and he finds Mikel Merino. David Silva, we know what he can do. Isak's in, and he should well have scored. but we got away with it. It went just wide. David Silva's ball was one to be admired. We know what he can do with a football at his feet. And we're going in 2 shots, 2 goals, 2-0. Decent. Good first half. And at the moment, as things stand, we are top of the league. Delighted with that first half performance. Let's go out there and do exactly the same in the second half. Potentially a little bit more attacking if we can. But if we can take 2-0 now, if you offered me 2-0 now and the 3 points, there is no doubt that I would take it. And it's been, I think it's just been a pretty solid performance looking at this. As I say, we've not had masses of shots. We've kept the possession quite well. We've not let them have a huge amount of shots on our goal. And I suppose with a 2-goal cushion, if we can keep their shots to a minimum and just keep the ball to ourselves, we don't really need to go and force it at the other end, I suppose. So it's looking like it might be just one of those games where we just come away with a pretty uneventful 2-0. I know it's not the greatest for the video, but it's good for me. 3 points is good for me, however we get them. And I suppose we had a bit of excitement with the 2-2 draw in the first game. If only that could have been a win, then we would be starting to pull a little bit clear of Barcelona. But maybe that is for another day. 60 minutes gone then. We're not seeing a huge amount of the game, so maybe it's time to just make a couple of changes to see if we can freshen things up. Neither winger having a good game today. Looks like maybe we're playing a lot of the game narrowly, and Daniel Vass also not having his best game. So Palista is going to come on and feature in this one, but not at centre back. He's going to go into right back. And we'll get Jason off. We'll do the switch over then. Guedes over to the right-hand side. Jason over to the left. And he then comes off. And Vinicius Jr. with a chance to repay that horrendous performance from the last game. And hopefully see if he can do something in these last 30 minutes or so. But as things stand, it is simply just going to be a fairly easy 2-0 win for the boys. I mean, it's disappointing. We've had 4 shots, 4 on target. The keeper's obviously saved the other 2, which is, I mean, what's he doing? Just let us score all of the shots we had on target, and that would make our lives much easier. We are going to praise the boys because actually it has been a solid performance all in all. And we'll just keep an eye on fitness in case we need to make one more change before the game is up. Now, what I'm hoping is that there is no real late disasters, I suppose. We've seen it before, not necessarily in FM21 beta, but definitely back in FM20. We had some games both ways, I suppose, where we put it to them and they put it to us. But here is a corner and it's awful. It's straight at Romero, and is this one of the disasters that could well be coming? Romero hoofs clear and it has fallen straight to them. Illaramendi, Marino with the ball. Illaramendi hoofs forward, but Mangala's going to clear that up easily, and Diakabi goes back to Sillison, who finds Mangala. Can we build from the back and maybe seal the game with a third? That isn't really doing that. Romero is easily going to get that, but Gabriel steps in. We're not quite getting on the send of this second ball, and Muniz finds Jose Willian, who is in, and it's Sillison with a good save. But a goal there for Real Sociedad could have made the last 10 minutes or so interesting. But luckily Sillison was up to the challenge of Willian Jose's shot and was able to save. Vinicius Jr. has come on and given us almost as awful and a poor performance as he did in the last game. So it looks like we might have to find a solution to the wingers. Gonzalo Guedes is obviously our best player alongside Gaia this year so far. He's just not quite got a partner on the other wing as of yet. But I'm sure with January fast approaching, well, I say that, we haven't got any money. But with January approaching, we might be able to find someone to bring in. But at the moment, Vinicius Jr. is not filling me with the type of player that I want to bring back after his loan spell. But Marino is in for them, and he looks towards the back post. But Gabriel actually does really well. It's only fallen as far as Illaramendi and David Silva. We saw this in the last game. Muniz with the ball in. It's going to fall to Willian Jose, is it? No, he's hoofed it out to Zaidu on this far side. Racic steps in. Oh, but we don't win the ball back, and it's back with them. Zaidu on the left. Silva. Back to Marino. to Januzaj, who's got a chance to take on Gaia, but he's never going to do that. And now we've a chance to break, and it's Bora who is through, and potentially through on goal. What a tackle! Lenormand for them, and it's Vinicius Jr. who does beat his man. Has he a chance to cross? He hoops it across. Gonçalo Guedes, you would have backed him to score, but he's hit the bar. Another late scare. It looked like Sociedad were going to have a really good chance to score. Instead, we broke. A third goal could have just settled my nerves indeed. It's all action towards the end for a game that we've not seen much of. We've certainly seen enough of the last 12 minutes or so, and we're ticking time by towards 3 minutes of added time. And it's been 10 shots, 7 on target, 59% possession. I think it has been a really, really solid performance from the boys, and Sociedad haven't really had a major chance, it would seem, to score. And it is game over. It is 2-0. It's a really good round performance. Vinicius Jr. actually playing better in the end. With a good ball in, of course, for Guedes towards the end. We are going to be outstretching our arms. It's a really good win for us, boys. Has it taken us top? I suppose we'll find out in a second. It has. 2 points clear of Barcelona. 4 clear of Real Madrid. So we're really making that top spot our own. We're happy with the win. We're happy to be top. Bora scoring the goal was great. Soler played absolutely awesome. Can we get out of here now? We can. So we've gone top. Who did they lose to? Granada, who are sitting down in 11th. So not the best result for them. Everyone playing 11 games though. And we're unbeaten in 11. And we're top of the league after 11. I mean, if you'd asked me at the start of the series if this would be the case, I would have definitely said no. But looking ahead then to our next episode, let's come back here. The Super Cup semi-final against Barcelona. We'll combine that with one of the big boys who's struggling at the moment, but they might well not be by then, Sevilla. And hopefully we can continue this really good run of form and remain at the top of La Liga. But I hope you have enjoyed today's episode, and if you have, please leave a like down below for me. Subscribe to the channel for more Football Manager content, and thank you all for coming along and watching.